I challenge you to answer 13 questions about the movie Halloween Kills. Will you survive my 13 questions, or will your wrong answers lead you to a grisly demise at the hands of Michael Myers? Let's find out. I'm Griff Robodanger, and this is 13 Scary Questions. Here's how it works. I'm going to challenge you with 13 questions about the movie Halloween Kills. Some of these questions may be easy, but some
may be a little evil.
Of course, this video contains spoilers, so if you haven't seen Halloween Kills yet, you've been warned. With that out of the way, let the games begin.
Question 1.
Halloween Kills brings back a number of characters from the original Halloween who, despite being traumatized by Michael Myers 40 years ago, have all decided to keep living in Haddonfield for some reason. Many of these characters are played by the original actors who played them in 1978. Which of the following characters was not played by the original actor? A. Marion. B. Lonnie. C. Lindsay. D. Brackett. The correct answer is B. Lonnie. In Halloween Kills, Lonnie is portrayed by actor Robert Longstreet, who also appears in the Netflix horror series Midnight Mass.
Question 2.
Halloween films usually contain a spooky opening credit sequence, often involving a pumpkin in some way. The opening credit sequence for Halloween Kills takes things a step further and features a bunch of pumpkins. How many pumpkins appear in the opening credits? A. 8. B. 10. C. 12. D. 14. The correct answer is C. 12. Halloween Kills also happens to be the 12th Halloween movie made, so I'm not sure if that was intentional or just a happy accident.
Question 3.
So Tommy Doyle and his friends are spending Halloween at Mick's Bar, which just happens to be hosting a talent show. Tommy goes on stage and tells a chilling story about his encounter with Michael Myers back in '78. But before he goes on stage, his buddy Lonnie tells the crowd that Tommy will be performing a very different talent. What talent does Lonnie claim Tommy is about to show off? A. Juggling. B. Poetry. C. Beer chugging. D. Bird whistling. The correct answer is D. Bird whistling. Bird whistling. I don't have a joke about bird whistling.
Question 4.
When Tommy and the gang realize Michael Myers is on the loose, they decide to arm themselves and go boogeyman hunting. Lonnie, he's prepared. He has a whole stash of guns in his vehicle. What does Lonnie keep his guns in? A. Duffel bag. B. Tackle box. C. Toolbox. D. Beer cooler. The correct answer is B. Tackle box. Hey, what are you complaining about? That was an easy one.
Question 5.
Tommy Doyle takes a baseball bat from Mick's bar. He carries this bat throughout the whole movie and eventually tries to use it to beat the crap out of Michael Myers. This baseball bat actually has a name. It's engraved right on the side of the bat. What is the name of the baseball bat? A. Old Hellraiser. B. Old Hickory. C. Old Huckleberry. D. Old Chicken Blaster. The correct answer is C. Old Huckleberry. If you answered Old Chicken Blaster, you didn't earn any points, but you've earned my respect.
Question 6.
In this movie, we get to know the husband and wife team of Marcus and Vanessa, who are out on Halloween night dressed as a doctor and nurse. Marcus's doctor costume features a joke name tag. What name appears on the name tag? A. Dr. Love. B. Dr. Hunk. C. Dr. Sexy. D. Dr. Hot. The correct answer is A. Dr. Love. The character actually made a cameo in the previous Halloween film, where he was credited as Hunky Doctor.
Question 7.
In an homage to Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, some awful trick-or-treaters are seen wearing the silver shamrock Really awful trick-or-treaters are seen wearing the silver shamrock masks from that film. After killing Marion, Marcus, and Vanessa at the playground, Michael takes those masks and puts one of them on each of his victims. Which mask does he put on Marion? A. Jack-o'-lantern. B. Witch. C. Skeleton. D. Clown. The correct answer is B. Witch. Marion Chambers has actually been killed twice in the Halloween franchise, as she was also murdered by the Shape in Halloween H2O. Both times, she was played by Nancy Stevens. And also, I know there was no silver shamrock clown mask. I got like 4 spots to fill, give me a break.
Question 8.
Because everyone in this movie seems to suck at shooting Michael Myers with a gun, they are often forced to try to beat Michael Myers at his own game, which usually involves a lot of stabbing. And this includes members of the Strode family. How many times is Michael stabbed by a member of Laurie's family? A. 3. B. 4. C. 5. D. 6. The correct answer is C. 5. Allison stabs Michael 3 times with a knife while trying to save Cameron, while Karen stabs him once with a pitchfork and once again with a knife. Allison also slashes Michael in a flashback scene from the previous movie, but I clearly said stab, so I am not counting that.
Question 9.
Led by Tommy, the citizens of Haddonfield form an angry mob to try and stop Michael Myers once and for all. In fact, they're so determined to defeat Michael, they bring any crap they have lying around the house to try to bring him down. This includes 2x4s, wrenches. Which of the following is not a weapon one of the mob members brings to attack Michael? A. Frying pan. B. Iron. C. Pool cue. D. Shovel. The correct answer is A. Frying pan. I know this will be the second video I harp on about this, but what was that lady gonna do with the iron? Seriously.
Question 10.
A good portion of this movie takes place in the old Myers house. For some reason, people in Halloween movies keep going back inside this place, even though usually they don't end up coming out alive. In this movie, how many people were killed in the Myers house? A. 4. B. 5. C. 6. D. 7. The correct answer is C. 6. You've got the cop in the flashback scene, Big and Little John, Lonnie, Cameron, and Karen. Anyone else think it was weird that the cops just let Karen go back inside the house even though it was an active crime scene?
Question 11.
So, speaking of the Myers house, at one point Cameron and Allison go in the house looking for Lonnie. They see this closet and they think Michael Myers might be inside. So Cameron slowly opens it and then Allison gets scared and she shoots her shotgun, shooting something that's in the closet. What thing does Allison shoot? A. Dead body. B. Halloween mask. C. Mannequin. D. Jack-o'-lantern. correct answer is D, jack-o'-lantern. Which begs the question, why was there a jack-o'-lantern in the closet in the first place? I mean, it's weird, right? Also, that's not an official question. I'm just curious.
Question 12.
Now, if you stuck around during the movie's end credits, you would have heard the song Hunter's Moon being played. What artist performs Hunter's Moon? A. Ice Nine Kills. B. John Carpenter. C. Ghost. D. Dance with the Dead. The correct answer is C. Ghost. In 2019, the studio invited the band to visit the Halloween Kills set and meet director David Gordon Green to get a hands-on sense of the atmosphere. You got just one question to go, and I'm gonna warn you, it's gonna be a tough one.
Question 13.
At the very beginning of Halloween Kills, Cameron finds Chief Hawkins near death after getting stabbed by Dr. Sartain in the previous movie. Cameron looks on Hawkins' uniform for his name badge so he knows what to call him, and on Hawkins' name badge, it actually says the year that Hawkins joined the police force. What year did Hawkins become a police officer? A. 1974. B. 1975. C. 1977. D. 1978. The correct answer is A. 1974. Despite the fact everyone calls Hawkins a rookie in the 1978 flashback scene, his name tag states he's actually been serving since 1974. Did your big brain save you from a horrible fate? Let's find out. If you got all 13 right, congratulations, evil died tonight. You and your friends actually remembered to bring real weapons to the Big Myers fight, so you chopped off Michael's arms and legs while he was down. He's still alive, but he doesn't have arms and legs, so what's he gonna do? If you got 10, 11, or 12 correct, you survived without a scratch because you just stayed at Mick's bar and drank all night. Going after serial killers is not your job. Plus, you're pretty sure one of the mermaid triplets is flirting with you, although that could be the PBR talking. If you got 7, 8, or 9, evil got away. You hit Michael Myers with everything you had, and it didn't do much. He's still alive, you should probably just run. If you got 5 or 6, you survived, but you're getting sued by Haddonfield Memorial Hospital because you joined an angry mob and destroyed a lot of hospital property. Also, detectives want to talk to you about a possible manslaughter thing. But if you got 4 or less correct, you survived a close encounter with Michael, but for some reason you felt compelled to go back into the Myers house and look out the upstairs window. Spoiler alert, your daughter's now an orphan. Thank you for playing 13 Scary Questions. How did you do? Let me know down in the comments. And be sure to join us next time for another 13 Scary Questions. Subscribe so you don't miss out. And until next time, later, Danger Seekers.